This August, you will vote on 4 amendments to the Missouri state constitution. Governor Mike Kehoe put all 4 on the August primary ballot, moving them from November.
The move could benefit Republicans as election data shows the August primary draws a more Republican-leaning electorate. Tonight, we're taking you through each amendment. We begin with Amendment 5. It would phase out the individual income tax and allow lawmakers to raise or implement sales taxes to replace that revenue while requiring reductions in property and other local taxes to offset any increases. KCTV5's Betsy Webster took this amendment to the experts to find out what it means for your wallet.
She joins us from the newsroom. Betsy, what have you learned?
Well, the ballot language talks about the income tax going away, but the full language also gives lawmakers the power to raise other taxes without a vote of the people. Remember the vote on a sales tax for a new Royals stadium? It went to the voters because Missouri's Hancock Amendment generally requires a vote of the people before imposing new taxes. This amendment gives lawmakers a 5-year window to bypass that. Now, you already pay sales taxes on goods, things you buy. This would let lawmakers raise that rate and expand on what's taxed to include services. We're talking things like streaming, hair salons, childcare. And those are just theoretical examples, because the tricky part is the amendment doesn't specify which services or what the rate will be. Here's the exact wording. Sales and use taxes may be expanded to impose taxes on transactions involving any goods and services.
Kind of think about, like, what will your tax burden overall be?
Park University professor Matt Harris says it's important that voters do some math based on their own income and expenses. But that's hard to do without specifics.
There's an element of, hey, trust us, and that's fine, but, like, what am I looking at? What's my tax burden going to look like? And it's really kind of up in the air.
Now, he pointed out one more thing that the ballot language doesn't say, that once the income tax is eliminated, it's permanent. Bringing it back would require a brand new public vote on a brand new amendment. Live in the newsroom, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
Betsy, thank you. And as she mentioned, the tax math is difficult without specifics, but we can help with some of it. So we use the Department of Revenue's calculator. The state income tax rate is 4.7%. Using Missouri's median income, which is about $70,000, you pay about $3,000.
Let's turn to Amendment 4. It would change how Missourians amend their own constitution. Right now, a simple statewide majority is all it takes to pass a constitutional amendment. Amendment 4 would require majority approval in all 8 of Missouri's congressional districts.
So Amendment 4 would effectively kill our initiative petition process that our citizens have to make laws directly.
If it passes, future constitutional amendments would need broader statewide support to become law. State Representative Ed Lewis of Moberly, the Republican behind the amendment, says that's the point.
But if you're going to change the Constitution, you should be able to have broad representation throughout the state.
2 more amendments are on the August ballot, and one hits close to home for Jackson County voters. Amendment 2 would make the county assessor an elected position rather than an appointed one. It applies to all charter counties across Missouri, but it was largely sparked by Jackson County's controversial 2023 property tax reassessment. That controversy ended with County Assessor Gail McCann Beatty being removed from her job by current county executive Phil Lavoda. Beatty had been appointed by former county executive Frank White. And finally, Amendment 1 would renew an existing tax that funds state parks, natural resources, and historic sites, keeping that funding alive for another 10 years.